Welcome to my channel SatyamShakti Ashwa and Bor, and today we're going to speak about a very important planet, Ketu, a planet of detachment, a planet that decides your liberation. A lot of people call Ketu as the planet of hindrance, but I call this planet as a planet that brings reality in front of you, the absolute reality that nothing in this world is yours, and whatever you're attaching yourself to today is probably going to go away and it's not going to be with you forever. So Ketu is more about acceptance. Ketu is more about like reclusion. It is more about detachment. It is more about understanding that the fact that the death is the ultimate, and life ultimately takes you towards the death. Okay. So the ruling deity of Ketu, some people say that it is Ganeshi Ganpati. Some people say it could be Pashupati or Hanumanji, but in amongst the Devis, Ketu is ruled by the Devi or smokes, which is Dhumavati. Okay, so today we're going to speak about the seventh Mahavidya Dhumavati. Okay, she is the smoky one. She is the Devi who is the power of poverty. She is the power of the night of frustration. The she's the power of frustration. She's the power of Alakshmi. She is the power of Dharuna Ratri. Okay, so we're going to speak more about Dhumavati today and how she relates to the planet Ketu, because and after the jiva has left, right, the body is consigned and it is confined to the funeral pyre, as we all know, and our entire subjective universe centered and the body ends up in smoke. It gets destroyed. Okay, everything comes to an end. Hence, the power of the ultimate destruction is called the smoky one or the Dhumavati. Okay, and she's that Shakti that destroys the structure of all things. Okay, the structure is said to be the masculine, the divine masculine, and the power, the process is called the feminine energy. Okay, she's the feminine principle of destruction over here. Hence, she's called a widow because everything ends here. She's left with nothing. Okay, she's withdrawn from every materialism. Okay, she's reached that avastha of vidva. Okay, that is the widowhood. Okay, so nothing is actually left. She is called a vidva, she's called an avidya, she's called the alakshmi, and she's the power of poverty. Okay, daridra, frustration, despair, identified with misfortune, which is alakshmi again, and with the goddess of diseases and misery, which is called the Nirti. Now, why do you need to worship something which is so negative? Because understand this one thing very clearly. In Tantra, when you worship, Shakti is said to be also considered to be the detoxifying element. Okay, so when you see a Shakti yantra, it is always upside down. That is Dhumavati, just like Dhumavati, I've explained to you. When you remove the concept of poverty from your system, when you're removing it completely, is when you are actually manifesting Lakshmi. When you worship Alakshmi, you accept Alakshmi as it is. You are accepting your sufferings, your poverty, your miseries in life, the detachments that you're probably going through in your life, and you accept it as it is. You automatically manifest the more powerful. Okay, so let me also tell you one thing very clearly. Like in one of my previous videos I had explained that how Ma Matangi, um, she's the tantric Saraswati. She represents a mother feeding her child, breastfeeding basically. So what exactly does that mean? It means that the child, what does the child first learns? It first learns to drink milk from a mother, right? That's the first vidya that a child learns when it comes to this world, right? It looks for his mother, right? So that's the vidya that Mother Matangi is giving to the child, okay, by removing avidya, because the child is lost, the child is unaware, the child only knows that touch of the mother, which feels like like very much their own. Okay, that is Mamatangi. On the other side, Dhumavati is that Devi which represents every negativity, every misery that comes in your life as a reality which you need to survive on, which you need to live on. And when you accept it as it is, when you get rid of that particular negativity, when you worship that negativity, okay, that negativity becomes your friend. That negativity becomes siddh for you. You gain perfection in that suffering. You're no longer suffering, you are becoming indifferent to that suffering, because that suffering is being accepted by yourself. Okay, so Dhumavati, her presence can be seen in the destitute, the beggars, the widows, the lepers, the diseased, the defranchised. She dwells in the wounds of the earth, and she is said to be also, in Hindi, there's this Sanskrit word which is called as Kasta Viksata Prithvi, okay, which is like Kashta, full of Kashta. The sufferings in this world is all Dhumavati, okay. She is in the deserts, she is in the ruins, she is in the houses rags, she is in the thirst, she is in the hunger, she is in the widowhood, she is in the quarrel, she is in the alcoholism, she is in the crime, she is in the domestic violence, she is the mourning of children, she is in the battlefield, okay. That is Dhumavati. She is in every negative of this world, okay. So Dhumavati, she rules over that rainy season, which is probably lasting for many months, for 4 months, 5 months. Why? Because that's the time when the solar light gets hidden by the evil water spirit, okay, which is called as Asura Apaya Prana, okay, Asura Apaya Prana, when this entire world is covered in the dust of negativity, Asur, okay, Asur energy, evil energy. She is the one that is removing that smoke. She is the one that is actually uh, the process of removal of that, that layer, okay, from our life, okay. So the night of Dhumavati is the night of death, okay. She's called the Kal Ratri, okay. And during these 4 months that I just spoke to you about, during these 4 months of like the monsoon, no public ritual can be performed, right? When a person dies in a family, do you perform any rituals? No, you don't. So she's the Devi of no festival, no marriages, no initiation, no rituals. Okay, at the end of the rainy season, when the rule of light returns, okay, when the rule of the light returns is the festival of the lights, which is called as the Pavali, right? So she rules the darkness, and darkness is very important, because if darkness is not removed, it is not annihilated, okay, then Diwali would not exist, right? So she's like, Diwali is coming, and when do we light diyas? We light diyas because we want to. It's the Amavasya night, and you want light in that darkness, right? And hence you light diyas, right, to eradicate all the evils of the world. Okay, so she's the representation of that night, that Amavasya. Okay, without which the essence of the Pavali will be lost. If there was no night, if there was no darkness, if there was no Amavasya, would you be lighting the hours? No. So she represents that darkness. She makes the presence and the importance of that light felt. Okay, she's that world which we do not want to manifest, but is actually the reality. And this actually also corresponds to the cosmic cycle. Okay, this is the cosmic cycle which is happening of the night of the gods, right? And when the universe is withdrawn and the darkness rules. So when there is too much of darkness in your life and you're lost, when you are unable to understand what needs to be done, okay, uh, you need to worship Dhumavati. Okay, so for example, you are suffering from a Lakshmi a lot. That's when you start worshipping Dhumavati to win over a Lakshmi. Because when you have done a siddhi of a Lakshmi is when you start seeing Lakshmi. Okay, So I hope I've been able to explain you what Dhumavati actually means. If you've liked this video, do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can share it with your friends, with your relatives, and do support my channel, friends, because I'm bringing in knowledge which you'll probably not find on Google or in any other book. Okay, so this tantric aspect of Dhumavati, which I've explained just now, is a very important aspect of our life, because we all are suffering. We are all passing through something or the other in our lives which we do not have a control on. So just believe that you have to win over that suffering with the help of Dhumavati, because everything at the end is smoke. Okay, and this smoke is going to go away one day. It's going to, like, fade away one day, and all you will be able to see is the light. Okay, so for all my friends who are suffering from depression and sadness and anxiety, and those who want to rule over Ketu, especially because Ketu is that planet which detaches you from the relative world to brings you to the reality and shows you the real picture. It shows you that this is what life is all about. It is all about sufferings. It is all about misery, and then winning over that misery and sufferings with wisdom. Okay, that is Dhumavati. So I hope you like the video, and you will share it with your friends. I'll be coming up with more and more videos on the Tantrism, the Tantric side, and there are questions that are also coming up to me with regards to spirituality, which I will be addressing from time to time. So, looking forward to your feedback. Thank you and namaste.